I think that's good. That should be working now. Oh my god. I don't know what happened, but let's see. Yeah, I think I'm monitoring now the video on the TV to see. Yeah, it seems to work fine now. I think does does the quality of the camera suck like badly or something? I don't know. Like I feel like it doesn't look great, but I don't know. Yeah, might just be looking bad and that's it, right? Um, yeah, it's at its maximum. It's as much as it can be, I think, I guess. But I don't know. Um, yeah. Supposedly we are live, so should be okay. We should be fine. Yeah, I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Um, yeah. I don't like the quality much. I don't think we have. I don't know if it's the lighting, the amount of lighting we have. Have this light here. I'm gonna try and add more. There we go. Perhaps there. Quality is gonna improve a bit more. There we go. I think it is, right? It's a bit better. Yeah, that must have improved. All right. Yeah. It has. Yeah. As far as I can see, at least, right? I don't know if well, if somebody's there, say hello in the chat or something. Um, I'm just gonna start though, right? Because I'm gonna assume that people will find out about this live stream as time goes by, right? We're not gonna be um, having too many people at the beginning, obviously, for obvious reasons, right? Um, but obviously, the idea, the objective is that in the future we'll have more people joining us for different reasons, and yeah, we're just gonna enjoy ourselves there. Okay. Yeah, so if you're there, say hello. Don't be afraid. Also, given that I started the live stream and I had to stop it, then some people were there. Apparently, had a few views there, and people might have left because it wasn't working at all. So, but I see it's working now. I can see the picture moving. There you are, Marky. Hello, Marky. How's it going? And yeah, this thing's working now, I think. Can you hear me well? Give me a thumbs up if you hear me well. I think I don't want to raise the volume too much. Also, I don't want to have the microphone like stuck in my face like that. But I think having it about there is fine, right? I think you can hear me well if the microphone is there. I don't want to touch it much or more than just moving it around. Have this thing, right? I don't like the thing that just hangs right in the front here. But I think it's going to be fine. It will have to do. It will have to do. I think it's going to be good enough. The goal is that you can hear me. Awesome. Thank you, Marky. We probably have like this bit of a lag there. This a few seconds. I don't know how many seconds, honestly. Probably 30, 20, something like that. I don't know. But it's going to be a few seconds. So whatever I say, it's going to be a while, then chat, and then me repeating. And so we're going to have a bit of a delay there. But we should be okay. We should be fine. Awesome. Nice to know I'm being heard. The sound is coming out well. And how about the the image? Does it look good? Good enough, at least. I think I have this light there. I've taken my glasses out because the reflection, I think it's just bad. It's just disturbing. So if I don't need them, if I'm just talking, I don't need the glasses. I'm just gonna keep them off. But yeah. So I don't know if we have a quorum. for this meeting. I also shouldn't care, I guess, because like I said at the beginning, I expect we're not going to have too many people. I expect that people are going to be coming in as time goes by and people find out this weird bearded dude talking in front of a camera and showing stuff of how you can make games on 3JS with Rogue Engine. Then I guess the interested parties will have to find out. That's going to be another... thank you, Marky, there. Yeah, brilliant. Great to know that's looking good, or at least decent. That's just gonna be something that's gonna take a bit of time. Also gonna be a bit of time for me getting accustomed to this thing, right? Because it's have a chat there, and I have to talk to people. I hope I can be interacting with you here, but of course this whole thing is very choppy, right? I just have to I have to get used to also looking at the camera because I have the monitoring thing here and I keep looking at that. I shouldn't. But yeah, there's a chat there, and so yeah, I keep going there. But yeah, you let me know if there's something wrong, and you're there and you're watching. Please say hello and tell me if it sucks, if it's looking good for you, whatever you are, whatever you're doing. So okay, so I'm just gonna start with the obvious, right? The introduction. Why the hell am I live streaming? Great start, right? Great start with the. So the idea behind this live stream is for to have like a channel of communication, like a more fluid channel of communication, if you may, because sometimes I'm helping people out on the Discord channel. And I have to write, okay, I can write a component, and it's great. I mean, it's fantastic, right? Because you can write down a component, and you can take that component and use it in your game or whatever you're doing, right? So if you have a problem or something, we can figure that out immediately, right? As soon as I see it, right? But I think you miss something when you actually have the chance to take the problem and start solving it right there, right? And maybe give some further guidance that it's just over text. It's just sometimes just try to compress it a bit more, and you don't get the thing that you get with the video, right? With the video feed, you're right there and you're watching me solve a problem or do something that you don't know how to do. Maybe approach a certain problem in a certain way. It's not the same. So I think this helps. I think this will help a lot in that regard. So yeah, it's first of all that channel of communication, and also, and this is quite important to me, is having a channel of communication for the releases, the things that happen, right? Say I make an update. Like now I updated the physics engine, right? The Rapier integration. So I hope to be able to do these streams to show you how it works, what kinds of updates I did, right? If it's an important update, of course. If it's something like minimal, like a bug fix or something like that, I shouldn't be caring about that too much. But now I added a whole vehicle controller, right? So I should be able to show you now how it works without not just a little video like I did that video on X and on Blue Sky. I showed you that little video there, how the car was working on a little scene. But obviously helping you figure out how to set it up and how it works and all these things. It's not the same as just read some docs and just look at it and figure it out. I still have to write a few docs for it. I haven't yet. For now, the only docs available for the car are the docs available for Rapier, for the Rapier vehicle controller. That's obviously wrong because we have an integration on top of that. Yeah, but I just released it. So I'm going to, first of all, use these, probably the stuff that we will look at today. If that's the other thing. If I explain something here, I could take some of the stuff that is stored here and I could perhaps chop a little clip and we can use it as a form of documenting something small, something simple that we can just send someone instead of them looking at some text. You know, people sometimes don't like to read, or there's things that you just simply can't easily figure out by reading. It's easier to just show you. So yeah, I think the case of a car, where you can see the components and all that, how they're in case of this vehicle, where you can see the components all together there, I think that makes way more sense. So yeah, I've been putting this off a lot. I think I should have started trying this thing out a long time ago. Sorry, I'm gonna start creating this project here. Yeah, I'm just gonna create a project here for us to do all that. But yeah, I think I should have started doing this a while back. Yeah, but the last time I did it before. I had done it before. Some of you might be here for a long time. You know that I tried doing live streams before, and it didn't work. It was awkward. It was weird. It was very, very cringe, and yeah, I didn't feel comfortable with it. I think, I don't know. It's just, it was a bit too, let's say, it wasn't as easy for me to just jump in and do this. I thought that I had to kind of like put some kind of a facade or something, you know, kind of, you know, contain myself from being too much of myself, perhaps, you know, just trying not to, trying to have a certain more, be a bit more serious or something. But I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm just gonna be my good old self. Just gonna do this in front of the camera. I think I am. If it's cringy, if it's weird, if it's awkward, then great. Let's use that and let's make it fun, okay? And let's have fun. And that's all. That's the other thing I want to do. That's the other goal of these live stream, is just to have fun. You know, I just want to have fun with this. Honestly, I think it's a fun thing to do. It's definitely way more fun than writing something on a Discord. I think the interaction with you is, I think it's going to be much better. At least for me. I don't know, maybe for you as well. Hopefully, but at least for me, it's going to be more fun. And yeah, that's part of the lonely thing of building this. Perhaps it's going to be a bit watered down by just having you there. And yeah, and if you're watching and if you want to interact, just leave me a comment. I want to know who you are, what you're building, what you're doing. Say hello, as always, right? And yeah, you know that I'm very approachable. Just write me down on Discord, whatever, right? We always hanging out there. You know, anyone who needs anything there comes in, asks a question, and you know, I'm there to help. So, yeah, that's about the goal. I had these notes here, but I didn't have the notes in front of me. Yeah, great start, great beginning. Great way to start. All right. So I'm gonna look at my notes. What do I have for today? I'm gonna have to look at my notes. Okay. So, yeah, I think that's it for the introduction for what we want to do with this. So basically, a little helpline, interactive bit of helpline where I can show you stuff, help anyone who's needs something, and you know, you can leave me something and help. And perhaps if I find, hey, this is a nice thing to bring to the live stream, you know. I was forgetting, right? Now we have Marky here. Probably want to have a Marky sometime here, right? Bring in some guests, bring in some people who are building stuff for Rogue Engine, trying to help them, you know, promote their stuff, and also, you know, bring in other people, right? They're doing stuff, interesting stuff as well, right? Within this realm. And I don't know, just whatever you want as well. You can ask. You can go into Discord. We can use the Discord as a sort of as well where you can request things if you want. You can request your whatever you decide to see here in these live streams. You can let me know, and as far as I can do, I will do, of course. But yeah, let's do that. Let's just have fun, right? So helpline, learning interesting stuff, and doing some game dev as well. I would like to sort of get an idea, grab something out to build, and just start working on a project, any kind of project, something interesting, something that may perhaps a small project that we can finish here, and that we can start and finish here, right? And that we can get something out of, right? Get some ideas, something, right? And perhaps even publish it. I don't know, monetize it, something, so that you can see a full process. That would be really cool. But yeah, any ideas you have as well, bring it in. So I'll start with I have two things. I have some very cool features I want to talk about that I'm going to be bringing in the next release. I really don't know if it's going to be 1.0 or if it's going to be like a very last beta. I was thinking about doing like a very last beta to have like most of the heavy features, because there's some heavy load stuff that I wouldn't want to bring into the 1.0 unless I'm very sure that it's not just gonna break, because it's a lot of stuff, right? I want to bring in 1.0 as a very as stable as possible version, so we don't need a 1.0.1 that soon. So that's the goal, right? I mean, break it, but please, it's the 1.0. Just don't break it as easy. And yeah, that's the so that I want to talk about that. I want to talk about some of these features, and but I want to stop talking now and just go straight to the vehicle controller. I want to start showing you stuff, because I think it's going to be boring to see me here talking all the time. If you're getting bored, just yawn and let me know. Okay, so the idea behind the vehicle controller was, first of all, that we had one for the Canon package, and we're not using the Canon package that much, are we? And Canon is not that fast, of course, right? Rapier is the one we're using the most, and it's the one we're officially using, and Rapier is fast, so we needed a solution, like a proper vehicle solution for Rapier. And the idea behind it was to make a similar approach, but to do it properly. Some of the things I had with the previous vehicle controller in Canon, I didn't like much. So in this case, I took the liberty of doing it properly. And yeah, and I use some of the features that I'm also going to talk about to help myself building better, I think, or at least do some of the modifications that I did. And I think it came out quite well, because it has the the gear ratios and everything. And I think it's simple enough that if you look at the prefab of the car, of the vehicle, you can see easily how it's put together. So I've got a project here that I've downloaded. I'm just going to start downloading. I've just created a project basically because I didn't have it ready and I'm just going to install the Rapier package, and we're going to get a scene ready here. We're gonna get a little scene where we can drop our car, and we can start playing around with it, seeing how it's put together, and perhaps testing it out a bit. We don't really need to test it as in drive the car, you know. That's something that you can do, certainly. Just drop a few colliders there and just drop the car in and I promise that it will drive. You can use WASD and space. Well, you can use the space bar to use a handbrake. S will well, like a regular car, like a car game, you know. It just works like that. But there's probably some stuff that you need to be aware of. There's stuff that you need to, there's stuff you need to know how to. If you want to do some extra modifications, like for instance, if you want to change the controller or stuff, you need to know how that's handled, or how you can change that if you want to, or how you can add all the kinds of modifications to the car, right? It's very flexible, so you should be able to do I think anything really. So let's come into this thing. I'll open this on VS Code as well, so that we can see, we can have a look at the code. And yeah, but this thing doesn't like VS Code in that way, does it? Yeah, it doesn't. So the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna come into VS Code. And I'm gonna open it. How do we open this in this way? I'm sorry, I'm new here. All right, yeah. Okay, yes, that worked. Should I trust the author? Yes. Okay. So here we go. I'm gonna share this now, my screen with you, and I'm gonna be showing you the car setup and the different components that you should be aware of, because yeah, it's gonna be simple enough though. So here's the thing: we have two BS scripts here. We have the BS script, this BS script, crazy BS script, and we have we're gonna have the intellectual BS script with the glasses on. Okay, so when I'm gonna code, I'm gonna get my glasses on, and you're gonna have two versions. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna come here. Let's see if the shortcut works, because I tried it a few times, and then it worked, and it didn't work, and then it worked, and it didn't work. It works now, yeah. Okay, can be happy that it works. Yeah. I'm glad it does. Okay, so let's start by doing the everyday stuff. Let's put the config here. A rapier config, as always, and scene directly, and let's create a little group. I'm monitoring that. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. Yes, you can. Okay, let's create a little group. Let's call this group environment. I like doing it this way so that I can keep the stuff together here. All right, so I'm gonna put the little cube here. I'm not gonna delete the cube. I know that's a sin for some people, but perhaps I'm a sinner and I don't care. So yeah, I'm gonna center myself a bit. I know that this setup that I have here puts me like gets me there, but yeah, I'm just gonna have to try and keep myself centered, so that it doesn't look too weird. All right. So as always, if it's anyone there, say hello or something. I don't know, because I really don't know how many people are watching, or if anyone's watching at all. We're gonna be this is gonna be there anyway. It's gonna stay there in the ether forever. So so we're gonna add a rapier body here to the environment. We're gonna make it fixed, and we're gonna grab this cube. And okay, so this cube is just going to be our floor, right? So we're gonna make it something like this, right? It's gonna be something like pavement, right? It's gonna be something like pavement. Yeah, let's put it like that. Yeah, I think that's fine. It's dark enough. That's dark enough for pavement. Okay, and we're gonna give these a collider, a cuboid collider. So now we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. How long should we make it? We should make it perhaps 500 by 500. Yeah, that should be okay. I'm not using a mouse. I don't have a mouse on me right now. I don't have a mouse set up with me right now. So yeah, that's gonna be a bit tough, but okay, we'll have to do. So yeah, I don't have a mouse here. I just have the trackpad. This trackpad is pretty good, but I don't have a trackpad. Okay, we're gonna come here into the rapier thing here. We can grab our from the prefabs file folder here. We can drag the example car, or and hear me out, we can also do here is option A, and just drag the example car there, right? That's also the other way we do this. And yeah, and there I think it should work now, but yeah, we're not going to be able to see it because we dropped it so far away from the camera. Oh my. Let's put it closer to the camera, right? Where's the camera? Can you see it, camera? Yeah, I'll just put the camera up here. Just pull the camera back a bit. Keep reaching the mouse, but the mouse is not even connected to this thing. Alright. So we're gonna come here. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna point at the car. And there it is. There's our car, right? It's the same car that we had for the other stuff. So yeah, the shadow is obviously going to be broken because the shadow has a very narrow narrow image. Oh my, yeah, I think something went wrong there, didn't it? Yeah, but here's the car. Okay, so you can use the WASD to make it run, and you can use the handbrake here to kind of do drifting, like that. It's fun, right? It's fun stuff, right? Yeah, there it is. So stuff you can test there, stuff you can play with. So how's this set up? All right, let's look at the car for a bit, right? Let's press F to bring it into the picture. Look at it. How is this set up? So we have the prefab with the model here. We have a group where we have the actual car. By the way, the model is by Quaternius. If you don't know Quaternius, you should go look at his stuff there in the on his website. He's has some amazing stuff. So his assets are all free, royalty free. So you should go look at that. And if you can afford it, just donate to him. Just you can become a patron as well. All that is great. So let's support the artist doing this great stuff. So yeah, and thanks to Quaternius, really, this is amazing. Having these great models for free is really something to to cherish. So yeah, back to it. We have our car, right, where we have the model here, and we have our 4 wheels. Okay, 4 groups where we have different wheel models. I had to actually take the wheels out of the model. The model had like the back wheels, they were both stick together, which is one model, right? So I had to separate them and put them, like I just removed that one. I just used one of the front wheels and duplicated it to make the back wheels. So I did that, and yeah, just make sure everything's looking, everything's in the right direction there, right? That everything's looking in the where it should be looking at, and that these ones are all in 0, 0, 0 rotation. This is crucial. This should all be in 0, 0, 0 rotation, right? And the model itself, right? It's just should just be whatever it needs to be for the wheels to be at 0, 0, 0, right? And that's it, basically. So that will depend, of course, as to whatever the model is, how the model is made, of course, right? But yeah, something you can figure out very easily. All right, so we have then a box here, simply a very simple collider. You need a collider for this to work properly. You can use any kind of collider, but just use the box. This is the best way to do it, really. If you don't need precision collisions, this is the most inexpensive way. And yeah, so if you can do it this way, just do it this way. You know, if you can avoid having, you know, if you don't need someone just sitting around in the on top of the car, you know, in a very precise way, just you do this. You know, nobody's gonna find out, really. You know, nobody's gonna be looking, oh, does it collide in that way? You know, unless you actually need it, and then, well, you need it. But yeah, it's gonna be more expensive. You're gonna pay for it, as always. Okay, so that's more or less the setup there for the object itself, and then we have the example car itself, the object, and here we have the Rapier Raycast vehicle controller, which is our little integration of the actual Rapier Raycast vehicle controller. So it has a bunch of properties there and all that. We're going to look at them later on. This is an extension of the Rapier body component that we have. So I've made an extension of that. Sorry, someone's writing me on Discord. I hope, I don't know if it can be heard or not. But I think I should probably disable the system sounds just to, in order for this not to be a disturbance or nuisance in any way. But see, in case it's let's see. Who's telling me I don't have the Twitch chat on your screen? Yeah, I don't have a Twitch chat on my screen, but I don't. I mean, let me see. Oh, I can see you there. Yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah. Oh my god. I had the. I actually didn't have. I just have the screen in front of me, and I can't see the chat while I am on Rogue Engine. So you know, you can't see the OBS here because it's obviously hidden. But now I can see the chat. How's it going, mate? Thanks for being here. But yeah, I'm gonna try to come back to the chat as soon as I see someone there. I see there's more people here on Twitch locally. Let's look at YouTube, because YouTube doesn't show anything here really. So I don't know if there's actually anyone in this place. Probably could be just very, very lonely place for me, or not. Could be anything. So let's have a look. Let's just look. Yeah, I don't know how many people are here, but yeah. Just let's put the live stream here and see if there's anyone. Yeah. I'm monitoring it here. It says 5 people. So I guess it's 5 people. I don't know. Let's trust that thing. All right. Okay. So let's go back to this. And we have the Rapier wheel infos, right? So we were looking at the Rapier Raycast vehicle controller. and it's an extension of the rapier body, right? The actual rigid body. I extended that. We turned it into a rapier raycast vehicle controller. And we'll look at the properties later, but the important part now is the wheel infos, right? This is simply a definition of the wheels. I made it so that they could be here. Instead of adding them to the wheels themselves, it's much easier to handle it in the roots of the car. It's way easier to handle it this way. So that way you can have like all of the wheels here, everything, all pertaining to the car. I think I did it that way as well with the Canon one. I don't remember exactly, but this I think is a proper way to handle that. I don't like having components like everywhere that handle one single thing. I'd rather have everything as a unit if it's possible. That usually helps a lot. So yeah, if you're building anything like this that needs lots of integration of things here going on, just trying to keep things together, then wherever it makes sense, right? And I would very much recommend that. So the wheel infos basically just have the wheels. I just dragged and dropped the object here. You can add the actual wheel model. It's just the group itself, right? Not the model, but the group that contains the model, right? The parenting trick here will help us keep the wheels oriented in the proper way. I think that's the way to say it, I guess. But yeah, also you can define how much you brake on each wheel, how much you want a handbrake on each wheel. You know how cars usually have the handbrakes on the back wheels, and the brakes are mostly on the front wheels, and then the back wheels don't do that much of the job, right? The most important part, of course, right? Because each one of these wheels will be taken, let's say, used by the Rapier Raycast vehicle controller. It will look at the wheel, at the Rapier wheel info components inside this object, and it will know how many wheels does the car have, right? So that way you can have actually as many wheels as you want. So you can have a vehicle with I don't know, with 10 wheels, I guess. I don't know. You can do whatever you want. But I haven't tried it. I admit that I haven't tried it. So if you want to try it yourself, you go ahead. But yeah, I haven't tried it. So you can set the torque, right? And it's way more technical, way better than the other one. It's not than the Canon one I did. It's not as friendly, perhaps, as the other one. You kind of have to know what you're doing, right? In that case, because the other one I think was using simply the speed, so it was kind of intuitive. You know how much speed you're going, and But here you have to actually know the ratios. But it will make it much better to know, like if you go around and find out which car has what are the ratios for each car, more or less, you're gonna see how it looks. So these ratios are kind of made up, but yeah, I try to make it look like kind of a street car, I guess, like a not very fast street sedan. So you can have a not that fast of a start, very low thing for street driving, basically. So you can go on fifth and sixth, and say you would go on fifth to go on the highway or something like that. All right. But yeah, it's not racing setup, this one, right? Has very little torque in general, right? So yeah, you kind of have to play around with the with these settings to get the right kind of car that you want. But in general, you can get more or less you'll get the feel of what you're looking for. If you're doing something like a street driving game, then you should have street driving sort of ratios here, right, and torque and all these things. By the way, these properties, the damping and the mass, these are part of the rigid body itself, right? So let's look at it. Let's have a look at the actual. See if can you see this? I wonder if you can see this. I think you can, right? You can see this. Yes, I hope. All right, let's have a look at the at the component a bit. So the wheel info itself is simply bringing in information and giving us the decorators to have the wheel set up, and then we have the vehicle controller itself, which as you can see in the awake, all right, well, we should start with actually first things first. Well, I see the YouTube seems to have falling, or it's lagging a bit. Oh, you got feeling the sorry, I'm looking at the chat now. Oh my god, I think it's lagging. YouTube is lagging a bit, isn't it? Ooh. What's going on? Let's get back in and see that it's working or not. Why is YouTube lagging, mate? Yeah. Twitch is lagging as well. It's really laggy. Why is it so laggy? Why is it so laggy? I don't know. I fixed the lagginess, the choppiness before, and yeah, I'm really baffled by this because I mean it was working at one point, wasn't it? It was working just perfectly, wasn't it? And then it's sort of stopped now. I don't know why. I see it's very choppy here on Twitch as well. Says disable under advanced. Hey Charlie, thanks for coming by. As you can see, I'm struggling with I'm struggling with the settings here, right? Yeah, I'm struggling with this. So it says go to advanced, disable low latency mode. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I disabled. Yeah. So it's very choppy in it, and it's even choppy here. I mean, I can see it kind of going a bit choppy here as well. Let me see what's going on. What's going on? Let's see if just the camera. If I just change the camera. No. It's like it's, I don't know, suddenly dies or something. I'm gonna look at the preferences here. I'm commenting what I'm doing because I guess it's not fun to see this. It's not fun at all, isn't it? Oh my god, this is just. I mean, I did the test yesterday. It was working fine. It isn't today, is it? Yeah. Let's see. I can see it's very choppy still. I changed the camera. And I can see it's choppy here. Let's see. Yeah, it's still choppy. Still very choppy. I don't like this. I don't like this. Yeah, I'm looking at the bitrate thing. I just changed it, but I don't know if it didn't have any effect. Let's try with 6,000. Perhaps there. I don't know. Let's look if it. Let's see if it looks better now. With the change the bitrate now. Should be looking better, but I don't know. I just changed it to 6,000. So at least my camera here is not being choppy anymore. But oh my. It's gonna be difficult. It's just, yeah. Well, it was the preference that it was the thing that it recommended. I have fiber as well, right? So I thought, okay, with fibers it should be fine, right? But no, it isn't fine with fiber either. So okay, let's let's turn on the camera here. The sorry, let's look at this thing so that I can see the actual game here and all that. Yeah, also, I don't know for how long I've been choppy. And that's the other thing. And also, he was working so well before with the 6,000. So I don't know. That's let's change it to something more. Okay, let's change it to, I don't know, something like 3,000, I guess. I don't know. No. Okay. Let's try this out. Let's see if it works or not. Yeah, no, it's not working. I really don't know what's going on. It's using... It says it's going at 60 FPS. That's impossible. I mean, it's definitely not going at 60 FPS. The audio seems to be going great. I mean, that's the funny part, right? That's what's really funny here, that the audio seems to be doing great. And also when I put on the camera, I can see perfectly here. But then when I bring out the share screen, that's when it starts going bad, really, really bad. So I really don't know.